Hey friends, happy hump day. I just had like a rocking good workout, but the reason I'm jumping on here to tell you about it is because it's not the workout that I planned to have. And so I want to talk to you guys about the difference between like having a program that you follow, like repeating the same movements week after week, versus trying new stuff or switching it up all the time. We're going to talk about that right now because there is a right answer, but both are okay. And so let's start with like muscle confusion, right? It's a good thing. It could be a really good thing. It serves a purpose, especially if you have already been focusing on a repetition of movements and you do them consistently. However, if you're just constantly throwing new workouts at your body, you're probably going to feel a couple things. You're probably going to feel sore a lot faster and a lot more often. You're probably going to feel like you had a great workout most of the time, if you're like really pushing it hard, that is, of course. But the reason for this isn't necessarily a good thing. Really what's happening is your body's not used to them. And so think about starting from square one all over again. You never worked out before. Your body's just trying something out. That's kind of what your body thinks is happening. And so instead of building, right, like our body, that's what we're doing. Instead of building this beautiful structure that we've been working on, we're kind of like laying a new foundation somewhere else, right? So my point is not to demonize switching things up or doing the muscle confusion. What I'm saying though is, if you're following a program, you're going to get a lot better results than if you're just throwing new workouts at your body because maybe you feel like they're activating you more or making you more sore. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're working better for you. So usually when I go to the gym, it's with my wife, Raina, almost every single day, except her schedule is changing just a little bit. And so I have to go on my own. I'll miss her dearly, but I'll make it, right? What this means though is I have to go to Planet for the time being. So when I go with her, we're at like different lifting gyms and stuff. I'm going to Planet, it's close, whatever. I make it work. Now you can't do certain things there that you could do in a normal gym. And so this could pose a little bit of a challenge for people. And I know it used to for me. So here's the trick, right? We still want to stay consistent with the movements that we're doing. But if I have a straight free weight deadlift or a squat on my program, I'm going to have to use something like a Smith rack or dumbbells if they can go that heavy or something, right? We've got to substitute. If you're substituting with a very, very similar movement, that's not what this video is about. That's okay, right? The point I'm making is that's essentially what I had to do today, but it wasn't me throwing completely random different movements at my body. It was me pretty much following exactly what I would have done at another gym. I just had to modify slightly. So I was switching out a compound movement for a compound movement or an isolation movement for an isolation movement. And even if they were slightly different, as long as I don't do this week after week, my body's okay. It's not going to be overly confused. In fact, this could be a good thing because it's going to add just a bit of confusion because I'm using or targeting different muscle groups, different auxiliary groups. So this isn't a bad thing, right? The point I want to make, the big point I want to make for this video is, if you are on a program, you're going to see better results long run. So if you're following the same movements repeatedly, you're going to see better results in the long run than if you're just throwing a bunch of random movements at your body. And there is a difference between substituting with something really similar or just kind of shooting from the hip and doing what you feel like that day. Last note on this, if you're just getting started, if you have only been in the gym for, you know, a month, or you're just sort of new to this whole fitness experience thing, it's probably really, really common for you to try something new and go, holy crap, that smoked me. That was hard, right? I'm telling you, don't be tricked by this, because after a certain amount of time, once you've kind of gotten used to being into a fitness lifestyle, your body's not going to respond to just random stuff all the time, right? It's good for conditioning, or if you really, really just have to get a workout in. But especially if you're just getting started, you might be watching this going, what are you talking about? I just do whatever I feel like at the gym every time and I'm fine, right? Probably for a little bit, but long term, your goals are going to be a lot harder to meet if you're constantly confusing your body and throwing new things at it. If you've been hitting the gym and you're not getting the results that you're looking for, or if you haven't started and you maybe keep saying, I'm gonna start next week, or I'm gonna start in 2 weeks, or whatever, I will help you start. I will get you to your goals. I am a vegan fitness coach. I work with vegan men or men that are transitioning to a vegan lifestyle that want to turn fat into muscle or create muscle from scratch without eliminating your favorite foods and without having to spend like 1,000 hours a week on a treadmill. I'm not going to prescribe you cardio, right? So if you need help with any of these things, if you're already on a journey, it's not working out, if you're trying to get into that Halloween costume in a month and you're like, I don't think it's going to work, I will help you get into that Halloween costume in a month. And I have 40% off all coaching programs right now. If you have any questions, you want to talk about it, maybe you just want to chat and see if what I do can help you, you can shoot me a message, click on the link in my bio, or right here, I'll put it on the screen for you, and we can figure out if what I do is what you need. But if you're trying to create some muscle, it probably is. All right, folks, happy hump day. I hope this helped. See you tomorrow.